Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing just a short little warm-up. I'm working on doing a video about my alligator character Beans, and I'm trying to figure out exactly some of the compositional elements, and I've already rendered the character at a spot where I think that I should be able to show him soon. But in the meantime, of course, doing a warm-up is always good. I'm going to do a couple faces this morning. What is great about doing what I do is the fact that, I do have the opportunity to do these warm-up sketches, kind of on a consistent basis. I know that some people work, they have their full-time gig, their full-time job, and they find it sometimes hard to allot the time to be able to spend on, your warm-up drawings. But what I view it as, if you do have that full-time gig, you should be able to allocate just a few minutes, a day to be able to, work on your craft. Anyway, so basically what I'm going to do this morning is to come up with just, a few really simple expressions, faces, whatever, to kind of open up the morning, kind of goofy. Nothing too serious. Something loose. One of the art tips that I want to bequeath to you guys is something that I learned through time, of course, but also through observation of other artists, and I've really tried to mold. One of the ways that you can become a really successful artist is to look at other artists who have been successful and kind of stand on their backs, and emulate the things that they've done in their careers to be successful. One of the things that I've always learned is the fact that I learned by observation. So early on, I noticed that whenever I drew something, I never had a really good stroke. All my stuff was really rigid. Everything was really rigid. Similar to the line you see here, it was really rigid, and I was constantly trying to go back and create the form, and it didn't have any life, and a lot of my artwork was really stiff. So I started watching some of the animators from Disney and Warner Brothers, and whenever I was at Ringling, one of the visiting artists came, and I watched him sketch something out. And what was really great about that experience was the fact that it was very liberating to see a seasoned professional work, as a budding artist, budding being somebody that is just starting out in the business or is young, doesn't have a lot of experience, is the fact that I had the opportunity to see this person draw. And what I noticed was, instead of noodling and using his wrist to draw, they used their entire arm. They locked it at the elbow, and they had this beautiful stroke. They would go in, and whenever they would draw their forms, their entire wrist arm movement right here was locked. So what that kind of forces you to do is it forces you to draw in strokes, and it doesn't allow, at least this is for me, and it doesn't really allow me to concentrate on one particular element at a time, and it's just a flow. It's a rhythm and flow that happens, or at least it happens for me whenever I draw like this. Now, whenever I get into really small details, even then, I'm very conscious about not allowing my wrist to kind of stiffen up my drawing. I want my drawing to have life, and have that nice stroke that allows for the happy accident, to happen. And what that basically does, as I get off on a tangent here with the weird bug creature, what that does is it gives your drawing a lot of life. Now, whenever I come back with, say, a pen, and which is what I'm going to do here in just a minute, I'm still going to have a stroke mentality. You want to have that stroke mentality to where your lines continue through the other lines to have life and give your drawing form. I practiced a long time of how, I wanted my line to, to be. And hopefully it shines through. Like that line that I just did right there. Whenever I did that line, I'm thinking in terms of form. I have a top, I have a side that I can't see. There's a bottom right here that I'm going to put a slight shadow on. See, and it really gives the drawing more than just if I were to go in and do and use my wrist and kind of noodle with it. I want my drawings to have life. And two, what it'll teach you when you do this technique, it's not really a technique, it's just, after a while it becomes who you are as an artist and drawing. It'll basically teach you, at least it taught me to let go. Whenever I do airbrush work, I'll have my hand like this, and I'll have the airbrush right here. Actually, I have an airbrush here with me, because I do airbrush work on my murals. So whenever I have my airbrush, okay, I'll have it in my hand, and it's like I'm not doing this. I'm literally stroke, 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 stroke. And you have that stroke mentality, the beginning, the middle, the end, and you're drawing with the airbrush. And that mentality carries over not only into a digital environment, a Cintiq environment, but also in your traditional drawing. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do now is to continue on with my faces this morning as you guys watch, and I'm going to do... Okay, sorry for that slight delay, guys. One of the joys of being able to be a freelancer and the fact that I work from my home is occasionally, since my wife still works a 9 to 5, occasionally I'll get a phone call asking or requesting some type of thing that I need to do for her. And what that entails basically is me stopping what I'm doing and completing that task. Because, as a husband, I want to be able to help my wife out whenever possible. And since she's the principal of a school, occasionally, it's a private school, occasionally I'll be asked to go and do something that helps out the process. Anyway, that's what I had to do. So I do apologize for the slight delay. You guys probably didn't really notice any delay at all, but that was an hour. Almost an hour out of my morning routine. So anyway, continuing on with this process, what I'm doing basically is I'm fleshing out, as I do all the time, fleshing out this particular character who's kind of got like a kind of a look. That's kind of the look that I'm going for right now. What are you doing? So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. Again, I tell you guys all the time to draw every day and to explore and to treat drawing as something that is a skill and that you need to constantly be working at so you can better yourself. If you are interested in doing, in being an artist for a living, you're constantly having to better yourself, educate yourself and be a better artist overall. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this on time lapse so you guys can kind of enjoy and see the rest of the process. What I'm going to do is, since I'm doing beans on digital format right now, I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and I'll be posting that as well soon, probably this week sometime. So we might get 3 videos this week. We'll see. Thanks to all the new subscribers. I see that I've obtained quite a few new ones, and I really enjoy doing these videos for you guys. I got a few requests for characters. As I go here, let me see. Let's go to YouTube. And I go to some of the comments. I've tried many a time to respond to the comments, and it keeps giving me an error. SLH Artflow indicates, says, I love your stuff. It's exactly the style that I've been playing with for a while. Oh, well, I appreciate that. It's a style that I don't really know that I'm doing. I emulate so many different styles. This particular style is kind of the go-to style that I have as an artist. I don't particularly point out which type of, cartoony style or realistic cartoony or whatever. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching them and subscribing. Another subscriber has indicated that they would like me to draw a Middle-earth character or a fairy creature. I've got a few fairy creatures that I have on file, but Middle-earth is something that I love. I love the Lord of the Rings. I love that whole world. I've been meaning to do a dwarf series. So obviously that's something that I'm going to look into doing here in the next few months. Stay tuned. Obviously, it just depends on the morning and how I feel and how busy I am. But, again, that's something that I will definitely tackle. And I definitely appreciate you watching my videos. Rage Designs indicates graffiti. Yes, I have done graffiti and artwork before. He's interested in me doing some graffiti artwork. I guess maybe traditional graffiti, actual graffiti. I've done some hard rock designs that had graffiti elements in them. However, I've never done quote-unquote real graffiti. That's something that maybe I'll do. That's pretty cool. I've done a lot of airbrush work and mural work. Maybe graffiti is something that could be in my wheelhouse. Maybe throw a couple characters in there in a graffiti style. That'd be fun. Anyway, and then another subscriber's indicated, says, interested in me doing Green Lantern Gnort. I'll look into it and see what that character is, and definitely put him on the list. I've got a list of probably about 30 characters that I've had requests to do. So, and also Doom. It says MF Doom. I'm not really sure what MF is, but I guess that's the not Legion of Doom, but Dr. Doom. So I'll go ahead and see if I can't get that particular character worked up as well. But thank you guys for watching the videos, liking and subscribing. We're growing every single day. Every single day, I'm getting a little bit closer to that 1,000. Once I get that 1,000, then I'm going to change things up a little bit and offer a couple things to you guys, opportunities, not only for support, but also maybe some swag. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I've got a couple links down in the description below that indicate that some of this original artwork, the original sketches that I do every single day, is available. Like this particular sketch right here. I mean, this is a tangible piece of artwork. If you guys are ever interested in stuff like that, just message me, let me know. I'll put them up on my account and in the description below, and see, on Big Cartel, and see if anybody's interested. Typically, I charge, $50 to $75 for these sketches, but of course, if there's ever somebody who's really interested in it, then you never know, it might show up in their mailbox for free. So anyway, thank you guys once again, and share, like, and subscribe. Like I said, we're growing every day. If we can get up to a certain amount, my goodness, the possibilities are endless. Keep expanding, keep bequeathing, and as always, draw something every day, small, large, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's something that you guys enjoy. Follow your passions, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys, and enjoy the time lapse. Bye. All right, that's it. That's the morning. Didn't take me too long, except my little intermediary interruption. So, stay tuned. This week I should be posting one more, if not two more videos. And we will see you on that day that I post. So stay tuned, and thank you guys again. We'll see you next time. Bye.